Hey guys, welcome to another lesson of Pro Teacher Noob. Today I have with me Raymond.
What's up, everyone? We're checking out the inferior alien story this time.
Suck it. We're going over Superman Aliens. And just a second, actually, right as we started, my smoke alarm is beeping. So I'm going to deal with that very quickly. Just very quick.
Okie dokie. Everyone in the comment section or chat or whatever, whoever watches this, settle a bet for me. Is that a mullet that Superman's sporting right there? Robert claims it's just long hair, but from this angle, it looks like a mullet.
All right. And yeah, we're going over with Superman Aliens, the first of these dark horse, the DC alien crossovers. Batman did it first with Predator, but this was the first for the aliens.
Isn't there also like a alien crossover with Green Lantern?
Oh yeah, that came out later.
Okay.
This one written and drawn by Dan Jurgens, with finish art by Kevin Nolan. As we open up with a not so long ago in our history, events that transpired in the silent vacuum of space when unnoticed by man. Times changed. Satellites were launched into orbit to act as sentries, and ever alert for approaching interlopers. The mission was a simple one: sound the alarm. You got a bogey crashing the atmosphere. Alert Dr. Kimball at once. Any idea why we've been called here, Lois? Zip. But even though Lex Luthor is no longer at the helm, I should point out this is after the engagement, after his death, but before the wedding.
I'm about to say he looks like a fucking Blade Runner villain. Look at this motherfucker. The suit he's wearing, it's all black and everything like that. The sunglasses, you can't see his eyes.
I know.
Hair's all swept back. He looks like a fucking Blade Runner villain.
Now, by this point, Lex is off the board. He is no longer in charge of LexCorp and everything. So, but even though still, Lex is still a powerful company, obviously. Miss Kent and Miss Lane, Mr. Kent, Dr. Kimball is waiting for you on the roof. Ever meet the mysterious Kimball, Lois? Never. If I remember my LexCorp organizational charts correctly, and I'm sure you do, Kimball is the head of LexCorp's space program. Not good. Tell me about it. This private corporation has a space program that may exceed NASA's. What troubles me is that it's buried in secrecy. Outside these walls, I doubt there's a person alive who has the lowdown on this program. Thanks, Clark. You've just given me an idea for my next series of stories designed to net a Pulitzer. Hey, what if not now, we're here. The helipad? Looks like someone is going on a trip. The reporters are here. You want to send them over? Kent, Lane, thank you for coming. I'm Dr. Cheryl Kimball, and I'm about to give you the story of the year. Board the helicopter, please. It's time to leave. I usually like to know where the stagecoach is going before I climb on. My satellites have detected an incoming object. We're heading out to meet it. But, Doctor, what if this object has hostile intent? Science and research should never be regarded in terms of benevolence or malevolence. The only thing that matters is discovery itself. That seems a rather narrow view, Doctor. Look, Kent, I didn't want reporters tagging along on this trip, but there are those in the corporation who feel it's best to take the lid off our triumphs. And considering the contact we've already made, contact? What contact? The incoming pro has been transmitting radio signals all along. It's garbled, almost unintelligible, but I think you might find it interesting. Have a look. Impossible. It sounds like Kryptonian. I strained to identify individual words in all the static. No go. No, this object emblazing the Earth's atmosphere. Have you managed to decode the message, Doctor? The computers are working on it. Aha! I finally found it on radar. So yeah, it splashed down and hey, does anyone smell smoke? Clark, what are you? Oh, good God and good gosh Almighty, we're overheating big time. Hang on, people. I'm gonna have to set her down. Glad you spotted the stretch of beach, Kent. This bird don't float too good. So yeah, so I saw a road nearby. Maybe I can get help. Relax, Kent. I'll have this baby flying in no time. You have to forgive my colleague. When he gets his mind on a job, he does it. So of course she knows by now.
Yeah, can I just say that Lois, as much as I do not like the character of Lois, Tevye, don't kill me. Uh,
Hey,
well,
I've got shown you good versions of her, dude. Don't ignore that.
no, this is a good version of her too, by the way.
Right. Well, this is Jurgens
She is
handling her.
drawn beautifully in this story so
Yeah,
far.
with that hair, with that hair.
I adore how she looks in this, with the exception of those weird '80s shorts that she's wearing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
But
Oh my
yeah,
god, that face!
now remember, Jurgens did the layouts. This was Nolan doing the art, the actual inks over it.
Oh my god.
So I don't blame Jurgens for the face.
It's like you could park a fucking semi between those eyes. Look at
I
how far apart they are!
know.
He looks like
What
a
if there's someone?
Neanderthal.
But yeah, he's flying up to try and grab it. The Krypton markings. They look like Kryptonian markings. Did you see that? Superman took my satellite right underwater. Looked to me like he was preventing the thing from exploding on impact. That overbraided publicity seeker. Of course, he works for a loser. Of course, he feels this way.
Yeah.
Who gave him the right to interfere with someone else's discovery? That same question, Dr. Kimball, might be asked of you. I thought you were a reporter, and Lane, not a den mother. Hey, something's happening. Got it. It's in tough shape. Half the components must have melted, and it took in a lot of water. LexCorp has official rules that say we ain't supposed to talk to you. They gotta say that's a real honor to have you on my boat. Stay back. For all we know, this thing might blow up. But it opens it up, and the probe strikes an instant telepathic link. Garbled fragments, but basically, yeah, a glimpse of planet. Krypton, people, scientists, discussing the planet's impending doom. They have an idea, a way to survive. So yeah, this is going up with the idea of Argo. He's actually making Argo, the old Argo City, canon.
Okay.
The city is still out there. Their resources are exhausted. They're dying. Then a location, direction, contact is broken. The power is gone. It's dead. Superman, what the hell have you done to my discovery? I want to know what that message was, Superman. Explain what the message was. This is a distress buoy. It was sent by the remnants of a city that desperately needs help. We have ships that can get us to that city. Tell me how to get there, and I'll give them what they need in exchange for their technology. No one goes but me. As soon as you realize that, we can work something out. So they're on board the satellite, readying up and all that. We've given Superman a crash course on the operation of the ship. He's ready to go. You're lucky, Superman. You and Lane are the first civilians to ever walk in the halls of this space station. And Lane never would have been included if you hadn't insisted. It's important for this to be reported to the world, Dr. Kimball. I envy you, you know. You're doing something I've always dreamed of. A journey through space, traveling to another planet. Please let me come along. How about me? I can cover the story much better if I'm actually there. Sorry, Miss Kimball. Lois, I have to do this one alone. Wish me luck. Good luck, Superman. I hope you find what you're looking for. LexCorp and Superman have never been the best of friends, but still, I wish you success. What's in this for you, Dr. Kimball? The hard-driving push you've exhibited seems almost obsessive. You of all people should understand the nature of a woman doing her job, Lane. LexCorp has been on the edge. Basically, yeah, she's ambitious too.
Oh, that's gonna come back and bite her in the ass, just like the last chick.
Man, she ends up better though than the last chick. I'll say that.
Well, she does. Okay, well.
Yep. But yeah, so his mind starts to wander, thinking about everything. We bring up the Matrix chamber that brought him there. If you remember, he was actually born on Earth. Remember?
In some stories, yeah. Other times,
No,
he's
in
just
this one, this is still the post-crisis version.
Okay.
The Kents found me, raised me. And he's remembering, of course, because this plot comes into play when he killed the Phantom Zoners. And this hurt him. This made him, it broke him. They die. Now I can't help but wonder what I'll find out there. Because, yeah, this is what happened. He eventually, though the people I killed only exist at the whims of a being known as the time trapper, I betrayed the core of my being. I'm no killer. It's a measure of desperation that I will never resort to again, no matter how deadly the threat.
And then don't tell Zack Snyder that.
I know, exactly. In this case, this shows you that when he killed, it haunted him and still haunts him. Whereas
Yeah.
in Snyder, he let out yell and then got over it.
Yeah. He also stood in the middle of a fucking Congress while the whole place blew up around him. He's like, okay, that happened.
Exactly. Dr. Kimball, we copy you, Superman. Our telemetry screens show that you're nearing the destination. You should have visual in any second. Got it. It's just like the probe communicated to me. A dome city on the remnants of a planet. I don't tell Kimbo what affects me most. The city looks Kryptonian. Weird. So yeah, they're making their way in on board. I'm weaker now because again, there's no. My body acts like a solar battery, storing and processing energy in the vicinity of a sun. I'm weaker now. A side effect that will continue. Because yeah, he's nowhere near a sun. Absolutely no sun of any kind. Red, yellow, blue, white, whatever. So yeah, the city looks deserted. No lights, no power of any kind, as though it was dead. What's that sound? Nothing. Now, okay, this is a perfect setup, wouldn't you say? Just look at this. Isn't that gorgeous looking? Hello?
Oh, okay.
Hello?
Sorry.
What happened?
I belched.
Ah, I said, look at this. Doesn't that look beautiful? And isn't it a great setup?
It looks fine, yeah.
But I'm saying, but the setup, isn't this
Yeah.
setup great?
My only complaint is that his powers have never depleted that quickly.
Oh, it doesn't. It's not going to play that quickly. He still has some time, but he is on a clock.
Yeah, but even then, like, what does he do at night then
No, no.
on Earth?
At night, his power reserves are still held up good enough. Like right now, he's running on his reserves.
That's still weird, man. Usually nighttime doesn't affect him that much.
Right, humanoids still alive, not by much though. They need help, and they need it now. I can't tell if they're Kryptonian, but no matter what, I'd say their best chance for survival is Earth. So he puts them on the ship and sends it back. Like Dr. Kimball, what have you found, Superman? Survivors in tough shape. I programmed the ship to bring them back to you. This is not a mass unit. I want the technology, Superman, not patience. As soon as you offload these people, send the ship back, Dr. Kimball. Until then, I'll stay put. But you'll be stranded. Well, yep. On something interesting. Dead now. Maybe this was the thing that was trying to claw into the city.
Oh
Unfortunately, no way to.
shit!
Yep. No way to know. So yeah, he's flying his way in. Now look, he's using his powers to like go through the ground to get in through it. Uh-oh! Some kind of strange rock formation and something in organization, yet organic in appearance. Nothing like that on the Krypton I've learned about. Something weird, unsettling, creepy. More and more, this place seems to reek of death. Oh! What's this? Some kind of vicious substance. Whoa.
Viscous.
Viscous substance. It's like an acid. What the hell are you? Okay, how do the aliens look?
I'm stuck on Superman's face for the moment.
But how does the xenomorph? But how does the xenomorph look?
It looks fine. It looks more on point than Superman's face.
No answers, but ugly moves so incredibly fast. We end up in the dirt. No matter though, looks fairly harmless. I'll clear some room and try to reason with it. Wait, he tried because he doesn't know it's mindless at first.
Yeah.
Wait. I know you've never seen me before, but I'm no threat. I'm here looking for other beings who look like me. Holy, come after me anyway. Guess you didn't understand what I said. For all I know, you're not even intelligent. Yow! You cut me. Get off! Didn't want to resort to punching out a life form that's probably just trying to protect its territory from a stranger. But if it won't listen to reason, it's going down! That take care of that. Didn't expect anything like that thing. And it didn't look Kryptonian. What's going on here? What the? And you should have quit while you had the chance. And I can keep your jaw propped open until, oh! Face feels like I win a couple more rounds with Doomsday. Time to take off the gloves. Try to cut him. Wound him enough to slow him down. My eyes! Blood is some kind of acid. Have to move. Ah! Eyes feel like someone's pushing needles in them. I can't see anything but blurs. Keep vision doesn't work. I'm really messed up. Good thing I still have a healthy degree of invulnerability. You just don't quit, do you? You in colors, move back. That voice speaking Kryptonian. And yes, no more. Stay back, monster. It's about to get a little warm in here. Slinky, ugly, well done. Get it while it's hot.
Is
Now
that Newt?
no, Kara.
Kara?
This would have been Jurgen's way of bringing in, because this is canon. This story is actually canon.
Oh shit!
And his intent was to bring her back, and she could have been the new Supergirl. Unfortunately, things just never took off, fell through.
So this is Power Girl then?
No, Power Girl's still around on Earth.
Okay.
This would have been a post-crisis Supergirl-esque type person. She's not Kryptonian.
Oh, okay.
She's Kryptonian-like, and they love the Kryptonians, but they're not Kryptonian. My! You look like you could use some ice. Can't see, but that must have been a flamethrower. And come on, but yeah, to get out of there, and whoa, you even got the creased blood on your face. So why hasn't it even eaten right through your skull by now? I can. Let's just have special abilities. I'm like a solar collector. Give me enough sun, and it can take more than the average guy. Sure, got it. What was that creature anyway? I've never seen anything like it. You really aren't. You really are from Off Rock, aren't you? Off Rock? Yeah, then not from the bubble. You must have come here in a ship. Yeah, that explains your funny accent. Sometimes I have a hard time understanding you. I don't get a chance to speak the language often. I come from a different planet, a place called Earth. Never heard of it. But yeah, so they're trying to explain it all, and he gets his eyes covered for a while. But yeah, this place was called Argo City. Argo? Yep. Nowhere else can be this bad. No supplies, hardly any food. Those monsters have wiped out most everybody. So what should I be calling you? Cal. Call me Cal. And you? Kind of like yours. I'm Kara. No! Uh-oh! Superman just sent them right back to the station.
How many did you send back? 3 of them?
3 or 4. But yep. So condition red. Will someone shut that thing off? Collision imminent. Collision imminent. So yeah, they're like impossible. The ship's guidance system is fully automated. It should have landed itself in our docking bay, and it'll land all right. We just won't be alive to talk about it. You're an observer here, Lane. If you want to stay, you'll have to keep your opinions to yourself. So they're trying to figure out what's going on and what damaged the ship as it's coming back. So yeah, out of my way. I built this station. I won't give it up. Okay, I'm now in command of their flight controls. I think I can bring them in. So she remotely brings them in. So 4 of them.
Okay, 4 of them.
The decontamination process is complete. I want you medics in there now. Too late for this one. And the way his chest is torn apart from the controls must have exploded and really ripped him open. Ripped him up. The 3 of them are unconscious but alive. Get them to the infirmary. Double quick. Is it okay if I stay here and look over the ship? Fine. I'm not letting anyone and letting these people out of my sight. So she's looking around and realizes this doesn't look right.
Hold that thought for just 1 second. You gotta use the restroom real quick.
Go right ahead.
All right.
All right, now that we got the ball rolling, I can breeze through the rest of it. But yeah, Lois realizes it took him 10 minutes. What did that 10 minutes cost him? Well, one of them got out. And what's going on with Clark? Well, Kara is helping him lead the way and trying to explain everything to him.
Okay.
Yep, and about what happened here, and not at all. I've seen that acid blood eat through floors over a foot thick, sometimes 4 levels in a row. Ha! Nice reference.
Yeah.
So using that stuff to try and help with the eyes. His eye. You seem to know your stuff around here. How old are you anyway? 16. Around here though, you grow up real fast. Yeah, it feels like there's so many questions I have, but yeah, where did you give the summary about 8 years ago? We thought we bottomed out. We were totally isolated on the rock. Basically, explains about it all. Argo's ruling council feared the worst kind of revolt, and that of a starving populace. So hopes were ignited when we finally spotted an approaching space freighter. Uh oh. Oh, sorry about that. What do you think about? Yeah, the artwork here was her.
It looks okay.
Like you said, she does look very newt-like, doesn't she?
She is. I think that's done on purpose too,
Yep. But
especially
yeah,
since her
yeah.
survival, instincts are very newt-like as well.
Yep. But yeah, they found the queen in there. They assumed she was they assumed she was dead, of no use. It was the time in time they stripped the ship of everything. It should have been left forever. Basically, so yeah, they utilized it and then uh-oh. So yeah. Some idiot decided to check on the abandoned freighter. He's heard the rumors about the dead beast on board and thought it might be something that could be carved up and eaten. He shut up the cryogenic unit. Idiot!
Dumbass.
Yep. But yeah, so like at best he's at 20% at this point now. Because he's used up a lot of his energy, defending against the alien and all that.
At 20%, he should still make very short work of these fuckers.
Well, again, his eyes aren't working now at the moment. And also, I should point out, it's been made clear his heat vision takes the most out of his powers. It always has.
Yeah. It's his most powerful ability,
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, you can't be the only survivor here, Kara. There are others. There are only a handful of us left. Come on, I'll show you what's left of the city of Argo. Those eggs of the queen. How were they able to breed in this territory? The uglies can adapt to just about any environment. So again, we're getting all the summary, and you soon realize it's. I saw one of those. It was the next to those survivors that I sent to Earth. Oh my God. So yeah, one of the Kryptonians are trying to explain to him, and then, uh-oh! Oh!
Yeah, but he should be close enough to our sun to actually become super strong.
But they're not Kryptonian.
But they're Kryptonian-like.
Yeah, but it was made clearly they're not, the sun isn't doing the same thing for them.
Okay.
What is it that was inside his body? Look out! And it got away.
Well, that's
So
true.
yeah, now he's realizing he has to get back to Earth. My people are supposed to send the ship back for us. But if I sent those creatures to Earth, I got a feeling we'll never see it. Gunfire coming up ahead. So they head on over there, of course. You sure that will tell us what happened? This computer records everything that happens in the ship's cockpit. And, uh-oh! Ah!
Ooh.
Yeah! And can't talk. The words won't come. Legs frozen. Can't move. Can't run. She's paralyzed with fear, in other words.
Mm-hmm.
What are you? Takes us nearly 5 minutes. And there's some of the survivors. As he's like, and blow those buggers to hell. Should understand. So yeah, this is why he's not sure about being able to do it.
Oh, picking up a gun and shooting?
Yeah.
And he doesn't, so he throws it away.
Yep. You want my head, don't you? Kara says you guys are bothered by heat. So he does have some heat vision in him. Just enough for a low intensity blast. And Kara, shoot him! No, I can handle these guys. Are you nuts? They'll tear you to shreds. Now if I move fast enough and hit them hard enough. It's like, can't breathe. Kara, struggling with the tail. Stretch. Got it. I have to pull as hard as I can and whoa! He's beaten, wounded, and unconscious, and I didn't have to kill him to do it. He's only 1 out of 100. You might feel good about being a saint, Cal, but I'm in to win a war. So Lois finally feels the needs to run and gets out of there. Laying the command center. If you don't open these doors, I'll never write another column again. They're programmed to seal all contaminated compartments. Of course. but we can override the computers just like we did when you brought the ship in. Dr. Kimball, I never heard your suggestion, mister, and you better see to it that it never shows up on the record. Bitch! Oh, look at it. It actually has a fist!
It just punches.
Talk about fast! I've never seen a xenomorph do that.
Punch.
Yeah.
Yeah, they never have.
Yeah, but it's an interesting sight, I'll say that. But they do have these hands and everything, so
Yeah,
why couldn't it?
I don't
Move
know.
your butt, Lois. Move it. Not a bad butt.
Nice.
What now? The canopy. How do I close the canopy? So yeah, she's just figuring it all out, scrambling, and opens the airlock. Let go, you ugly son of a. Let go. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's, and it's in. Oh, but she gets out just in time. Why? And they close the airlock by putting a force field. But yeah, and whoa!
God, his face is drawn so terribly in this story.
I don't know why Nolan did that. I don't know why Nolan did that, but uh-oh, grenades! But yeah, look at that. He's been putting up a good fight, but you can definitely tell by now he's been fighting for over an hour. He's drained.
I'm surprised that he still has his left boot.
Yeah. But don't you dare leave me alone. I don't want to be the last one. Unfortunately, she is. She's the last survivor of her whole planet. Kara, we have to move on. No, I'm tired. I mean, I don't blame her. So yeah, he's then wondering, what do I tell her? Do I at everything? And then, uh-oh, they finally started to break the dome. They fall and, well, they bust and get him out of there, but then he gets tackled. No, get off of me! I said get off! And, oh no.
The Queen.
Yep, the Queen, and he gets face hugged.
Concluded next month.
Yep, last one. And, well, it turns out he's not the only one who got face hugged. So did Kara.
Oh.
Meanwhile, I do like it, though, how we have this happening on two fronts, with Lois and with Superman.
Although I think I kind of like the one with Lois more. I think if this whole story was just about Lois Lane on a fucking space station with these aliens, that'd be awesome.
Right. But of course, yep, they all die. The rest of them die. But Lois actually goes and torches them. And let's see you survive that, you little monsters. Of course, you stupid meddling fool. This is not some ridiculous morality play about who deserves to live and who deserves to die. This is science. No, this is justice. Here's your justice. You've hampered our effort, but you haven't killed them. Wait. Somewhere on the space station there's a fully grown, that's why. The grown adult alien full of incredible biological secrets is waiting for me.
Right behind you, lady.
Yep. But yeah, he wakes up and he realizes, like, how do I get out of this? Back up, uglies, or I'll turn you all to ash. He used what looks like a transport unit. But yeah, so they start to get out of there, but you've got one of those things inside of you. And it's a queen. I threatened you and they back off because you're carrying a queen. No wonder they won't harm you. Convenient.
Yeah.
But your face, one of those monsters locked onto you too. I like that. They actually having the markings on them.
Mm-hmm.
You don't usually think about that, do you?
Yeah, like there should be like it's those things are ridiculously strong and they latch onto you very fucking tightly.
There should be bruises.
Yeah, bruises, marks, something.
So I like that. That's one of the few. This is one of those few times where Jurgen's tapping into that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But she basically is like, I'm not Kryptonian. Are you telling me you are? Of course, you must be too. You speak Kryptonese. Like, Cal, I don't know how you could possibly be from Krypton. I was taught that no one could ever leave that planet because they were genetically linked to it, which is true. But why, Carl? Why is Argo so linked to my homeworld? It connects fit to something that he dealt with when he was in exile. The cleric. And part of the reason why they made the genetically link so they wouldn't leave Krypton. He was a great prophet. He came by and he took some Kryptonians with him, but they all perished because of the genetic link to it. He eventually did meet the cleric who gave him the eradicator device. But yeah, it turns out these were just some of his followers who followed his adoration of Kryptonians. But she's not Kryptonian herself. You thought Argo was from Krypton? Cal, I want you to have this. It was taken when I was only 6 years old. Again, she looks like Newt!
Oh yeah, she's very Newt.
Yep, but yeah, they're wondering about getting out of there. So they realize they have to fight their way through to the transports. And I found this in the rocks. Seemed like you and the symbol go together pretty well. I can't argue with that. Let's get to work. So yeah, look at that. Vroom! So they're fighting their way through, and oh crap!
That's a ton of them.
Do you and on your planet, do they ever say, "I told you so"? And Lois is fighting off Kimball more when, uh-oh! And help me! Why? I was tempted to let her get shredded. She deserved it. But for once I had a weapon and a clear shot. My arm! Come on, we only have a second or two. So yeah, oh, look at that!
Nice.
We can view him, but he's gone! Uh-oh, so yeah, they have to hurry their way out of there. But yeah, there's the queen. No way, she won't do anything to you, which gives me the perfect chance to do this. Okay, do you like how they're taking advantage of the whole, not harming those who has a queen in them?
Yeah.
But yeah, so they hurry their way out of there and making my X-ray vision. He actually uses what little he has for his X-ray vision finds life pods. So they make their way over there and uh-oh. Oh my. Oh boy, and the satellite's starting to blow and fall out of orbit.
Jesus Christ, what else is gonna go wrong?
Well, they're being chased more. Nice that you use deadly force, Cal. I might just make a fighter of you yet. I told you before that I won't kill sentient beings, Kara. I plan to adhere to that principle. Yeah, well, stick close, okay? I can feel these critters crawling all over the place. But yeah, they're still, again, I'd love to go over this a bit more, but we don't have that much time. But Cal, I'm carrying. I'm not going to make it no matter what happens. But if you can get off this rock, I've told you before that I don't want to hear that kind of talk. We'll both get out of here. Because she made me feel like, won't do me any good in this yellow sunlight, but it will save you. But then, so they keep making their way there. Things are starting to blow or go to hell more so. What does he do? He uses a few seconds to transport the Xenomorph out of her.
Wait, what?
It's a transporter. So he transported the Xenomorph out of her.
Oh, okay. That's kind of cool.
But unfortunately, though, because of that few seconds, because he got sent on aboard first, but then a few seconds smashed the tube. So he thinks he's lost her. He hasn't. But yeah, he feels like, Kara, I failed you. If you stayed in the transporter tube, you'd be here with me and you'd be fine. I found a way to save you from the alien side, but this is it. It's trying to burst out of him, but he makes it into Earth and my powers will return. I really feel stronger. I'm back, but it's still trying to get out. Okay, you little parasite, I'm betting I can outlast you and keep you from carving me up. And that's a bet I'm not going to lose. So basically, it tired out.
Yeah, it couldn't fucking fight. He's too strong.
Yep, so eventually it just overworked itself to death. So he regurgitates it. But of course, we're turning over. How in the world is that possible? Superman must be back. But it's back too. Let's move. He can't. He's blocking the exit. Oh God. Trink!
Hey, his ring.
What?
His ring.
Oh, that's just on the coat and the uniform. I tried to let your kind off easy. Resisted the idea of killing you. Superman, the explosion that destroyed the asteroid that killed your companions was too powerful. I only wanted to clear an escape path, but Kara must have solved a chain reaction that blew everything. And look at you, and I look at you, and all I can see is an entire city of people who died. And God help me, I can't help but wonder if you should join them. No, I went down that path once before. I won't do it again. Maybe you won't, but I made a mistake too. The mistake of letting these creatures live. The welder was designed to seal a hull breach in seconds. Chances are it can unseal you. Superman, I've never seen you like this before. What happened out there? Death. Bloody, heinous death. More than I want to think about or even talk about. Clark, sometimes it helps to talk. I found a city that was as close to visiting Krypton as I'll ever get. I met this girl, Kara. There. She was truly something special. Despite the harsh circumstances she was raised in, she was a spirited survivor. Someone who kind of made me feel like a big brother. For a short while there, I almost felt like I had a little sister. She saved my life, Lois. She deserves to be alive, standing right here in my place. Are you sure she's dead? Isn't there a chance she could have made it out? I came close to saving her. I really did. See, she had one of those creatures embedded her. So it explains all, but turns out she made it to a pod too. Unfortunately, she doesn't even know where Earth is. But basically, Jurgens had the plan of he would have brought her back if he could have.
Okay.
And that was it. How was that?
That was good too. It's. I'll give it this. It hit on a more emotional level than the Batman story did, but that's not exactly. That doesn't make it better. And no, this isn't my bias talking. This is
okay. I understand. Dude. I completely understand. I mean, Lois. At least they had Lois at the more traditional alien stuff, but Superman had to deal with it pretty well too. In fact, I think Lois was more alien. Superman was more aliens.
Yeah, and I think I enjoyed the Lois bit more because it was as much as I love Aliens, the first Alien film is still my favorite.
Right.
It is actual true horror.
Agreed.
As opposed to being an action film, which is what Superman was.
If you notice, comics are the ones that have the aliens do more of the using their utter jaw to kill people more than the even the movies did.
Well, here's the thing about the movies. Special effects cost money.
Right.
And doing scenes like that is expensive. So that's why you get a lot of people dying off screen.
True, but I'm just saying, I always know that they always do it more often, but like I say, the explanation for Superman, all this happening, it made sense.
To a point, I still think it's kind of ridiculous that his powers drained that fucking quickly.
Well, I think it was described that he was flying for quite a few hours, and even then, he's always, even when he's not using his powers, it's a slow leakage, no matter what.
Also, it's kind of weird that he didn't, Superman is not an idiot. He is fairly smart. If he sees someone unconscious or anything like that, he does have a habit of using his X-ray vision to check on them.
True.
He should have known. He should have known
right.
that there were aliens on those four
True,
guys.
but I think he was in the right emotional state at that moment. He thinks that these could be Kryptonians for all he knows.
That's another thing. Even if because he knows what Kryptonians are like on the inside, he should still be able to say, "Hey, are they real Kryptonians?" He's going to check.
That's true. Again, I think it was made very clear he wasn't in the right mental state throughout this. The fact that he was so dwelling on it before he even arrived made that clear.
And all right, I'm going to address the giant fucking elephant in the room. Superman's face was drawn horribly.
I don't get what Nolan was doing with this, because we know Jurgens does it very well, and he has some great layouts. But I don't know why Nolan had the eyes be like.
Because the two main women and that being Lois and Kimball, they were drawn beautifully.
Even Kara looked good.
Kara looked good too, yeah. But specifically, Lois and Kimball were drawn beautifully.
What do you think about Kimball? How she at least came around at the end?
I would have liked a little bit more to that heel turn.
True. Again, I breezed through it, but it was the realization of everyone dead and the station almost was going to crash that she realized, oh crap, I did this.
Oh, she didn't do this. She actually didn't do it. The whole reason why the aliens are there in the first place, that's actually Superman's fault.
Oh, that's Superman's fault.
That's not her fault.
True, but they should have focused on finding and capturing the other aliens rather than studying those other two that got killed, that were chest bursting.
Yes, I guess like that is something that you can blame her for, but
True,
honestly, if you're gonna fight an enemy, the best way to fight them is to study them. So she's not in the
true,
wrong for wanting to study these fucking things. And
true.
that's something I'll always give Wayland Yutani. They're never in the wrong for wanting to find out what makes these things tick. It's what they plan to do with them afterwards is where they're always in the
Which
wrong.
I think Kimball might have done it because she works for LexCorp. Of course, they're going to try and weaponize it. But she still was smarter than and Hyatt from the other one.
True enough. Well, would Kimball try to weaponize them? No,
I
that
think
he no,
no,
I don't
no.
think she
I
herself
think
would have
no,
weaponized them.
no. But
She
if
just
she was
wanted to,
ordered to, she would have.
I guess, but she was. I don't know. No, I don't think she would have because of the heel turn.
Oh, yeah, but
I
by the
I
time of the
think
heel turn, I meant before the heel turn.
I think the only thing she was concerned with was basically it's basically the ambition thing again.
Yeah,
Taking discovering something, getting credit for it, and all that stuff. She didn't care what LexCorp did with the discovery afterwards. She just wanted to discover
you're right. And I should make it clear, this, like I said before, this is canon. They even reference it during the story, during the time when Superman lost his powers before he became electric blue. Right during that point, he even mentioned how long ago I used one of your space stations for a ship to go out, in the space, deep space. And it says, see Superman alien.
it. Mhm.
So yeah, this was always meant to be canon. And I always find that interesting that, but unfortunately, they didn't do anything with it, unfortunately. But again, I do like the idea that Jurgens tapped into the Argo City stuff that tied into Supergirl and set up a decent Supergirl we could have had. Because I think this car would have been an interesting and unique idea, playing off more like a little sister than a cousin.
Well, they're going to have to figure out how to give her powers, though.
True, that is true. But I think though, as a character without powers, even this car could still stood on her own.
I guess.
But the fact that she lost everyone, that she was the last survivor, and we saw them all get slaughtered.
Well, that's always kind of been a key to her character is that if you go by the other origin story where she was launched off Krypton as it was exploding along with her cousin,
Hmm.
she watched everyone die there too.
Oh yeah, but actually in the original version, they survived in Argo like in this, and then she was launched because a asteroid was kryptonite and it crashed into the bubble and they were all dying.
Well, it's still something that she had to watch the people she loves die.
Oh yeah.
So
So
it's always been a part of her character that she has a very very tragic background. Unlike her cousin, she actually got to witness everyone
yes,
she
he
loved
was a
die.
baby. Even if he did witness anything, even if he
He wouldn't
did,
have
he didn't
understood it.
exactly.
But
Now,
she did. She unfortunately had to see it all happen right in front of her.
how would you compare this to the Batman one?
It is a more emotional story, but it's also kind of disjointed because it's split into two different stories, one following Superman, the other one following Lois and Kimball.
Right,
And I was more in love with the Lois and Kimball story.
right. Because again, Superman felt a little too action packed. Wouldn't you say?
It was, and that might be that this is probably my bias speaking because I do prefer the first Alien movie over Aliens
Yeah,
because it's more of a horror story.
but at least he tried to tap into both, at least.
Yeah.
Which you gotta give him prop for that. At least he didn't try to make it one over the other. And I think Superman still had enough alien in him, in it for to still give it, that the chill, the creep
Yeah.
factor.
The Kara stand-in for Newt was very greatly appreciated. Kind of brought me into it a little bit more, but
Yeah,
she
yeah.
she was definitely channeling Ripley as well.
Oh yeah, especially like I'll make a warrior out of you yet.
Yeah,
Basically,
but
I look at her like, what if Newt was raised by Ripley?
yeah, that's basically what became of her.
Yeah,
But
that's how I look at her.
I can't give this like for example, let's just go straight to the ratings. By the way,
Right.
so for Batman versus Aliens, I'm gonna give that a solid 7.5 out of 10. It's
Hmm.
not perfect. It's short and it's sweet and it's very serviceable for what it is.
Right.
I cannot give Superman versus Aliens any higher than a 6.5 to 7.
So it's roughly in the same ballpark.
It's roughly in the same ballpark, but it is hampered by how it's basically two stories in one,
Hmm.
effectively making it actually each story shorter than the Batman story.
True, even though it's across 3 issues.
Yeah, but you're really only reading 1.5 issues for both stories within the
And even then,
Superman.
you had to build up to it too. That took up a lot of the first issue.
Exactly. So really, you're actually getting more out of the Batman story because it's more focused,
Hmm.
as opposed to this one, which is 2 stories in one, and they kind of had to basically breeze through both stories just to get to the ending.
Right now, what one other thing? The idea of Superman not even succeeding and not killing any of them, the Xenomorphs.
Yeah. No, he killed.
Again,
He killed a couple of them.
no, he maimed them. He maimed them,
Okay.
but he never killed any of them. Kara would or Kimball were the ones who killed them. I should tell you, clear. You want to know what the sequel was? It's basically Darkseid gets their hands on the Xenomorphs, and produce and mass produces them and sends them after New Genesis.
That would have done nothing. New Gods would have ripped right through them.
Not with the numbers, because he infected parademons with them.
Okay, I'm about to say because parademons are stronger than fucking xenomorphs.
Yeah, but so these were parademons infected with them. So imagine that Xenomorphs enhanced with the parademon strength.
That sounds cool.
Yep. And although it has a horrible ending, unfortunately. And whereas Batman Aliens, a woman who survived having an alien, it's still inside of her. It's still in her. Turns out it was made inert due to some disease she had. Turned out there was an Earth disease that actually affected it, and thus made it still in her, giving her a lot of the increase, kind of like Ripley and and Alien Resurrection, but more natural, not because of the clone element.
Mm-hmm.
And she then starts to make clones of the Xenomorph and mixing it in with some of Batman's villains. Making like a Joker Xenomorph hybrid, a Poison Ivy Xenomorph hybrid.
And that sounds cool.
But we'll get to those in the future. Until then, we'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.
Goodbye, everyone. Sweet dreams and all that stuff.